What if a podcast didn't really have a point, but that was the point? This is the randomness of E, where we embrace the randomness of thought, one mental zigzag at a time. I'm just E, your host, and if you ever followed a thought down the rabbit hole, you're in the right place. You may also wonder if you've heard my voice before, and you have. I have two other podcasts, 8 Hours Later with the Stream Queen, and E Says, P Says, that I record with my hubby. And all of them hold a special place for me. 8 Hours Later is where I discuss the joys of streaming, and E Says, P Says is about marriage and relationships. So if you haven't listened, please locate them and tune in. I created this podcast because, as I said, I wanted to share my randomness. You never know how sharing your journey can help someone else. So, welcome to the first episode where I ask, have you ever been inspired and then do nothing with it? My response is yes, yes, and yes. I've been inspired by people in my life, famous people, and sometimes the world around us. However, I have found that in the moment you need to act, that is where, for me, the fear, anxiety, and stress come in. It is like being bullied by your own mind that you cannot do something. Your thinking takes over and says that you can't. No one wants to hear what you have to say. No one cares what you've been through. What do you think you are? Or who do you think you are? And with those questions, everything falls apart. In spite of those thoughts, there are times that I push through to inward actions, like research, naming something I want to do, taking notes, looking for like minded people, or see if I can find a mentor. Mentors are great. Sometimes they're the ones that see past all of your fear, anxiety, stress, and offer the encouragement and lessons to get you moving. So, quite by accident, I was on Meetup, something I discussed with my therapist. She felt I needed to get out more and try to connect with people of shared interests. So, I recall many years ago, I'd located a writing group for myself because I was in a moment where I felt I wanted to share some of the stories I have within, or at least start putting pen to paper and getting feedback on what I've written. I'd also located a chess club for my youngest son. He loved playing, and as a parent, I feel you should encourage your children's interests. You never know who they will meet and what that experience will hold in their lives. Well, he did not become a chess master, but he can still play and does very, very well. He'd also beat everyone in the house, so we needed to find new subjects. While looking on Meetup this time, I was looking for writing groups, podcasters, speech help, and tech. In my search, I located some Toastmasters groups, writing and as well as writing and podcasting. So I did locate some tech groups. I did not feel comfortable joining them online, so I passed on those. My husband and I attended one Toastmaster session in the winter, and it was so cold that we chose to wait till the weather broke. Unfortunately, later that winter, life, and we just never got back to it. I could not locate a writing group in my area, and did not feel comfortable participating online. The one group I attended and have kept up with to date is How to Podcast. I checked this website and saw the meetups he was doing and wanted to learn more. Fortunately, he offered that option by doing one on one sessions. From our first meeting, Dave has encouraged me to do more in the podcast arena. He has encouraged me to expand my vision and given ideas on the podcast I work with my husband. He has also encouraged me to come out of my shell. Thanks to him, while E Says P Says has been on hiatus, I have finally mustered up the courage to start a few projects of my own. The current podcast being one of them, and the others I mentioned above. And I am also amazed at Dave's energy. The gentleman has 8 podcasts. He's married, does 2 meetups, and one on ones. So I say all that to say thanks to Dave Campbell for the constant positivity and pouring into me the belief I needed. which proves no matter your age, you always need pouring into, positively, that is. And if you ever get a moment, check out his website, howtopodcast.ca. Yes, he is Canadian, which proves to me when you ask the universe for what you need, you never know the package it will show up in. Nonetheless, I shared this tale to show that inspiration can come from many sources, and though the mind can move you to an activity, if you keep yourself focused on your goal and ask the universe for the things you need to get moving, eventually you will find a way, small step by small step. Hopefully, through this episode, I have encouraged those similar to myself, inspired to non activity, to move forward with whatever you want to succeed in. Take small steps. Keep yourself focused by researching the area of interest and find yourself a mentor in the area that pours positivity into you. And check in with me. I'd love to hear your story or progress. Thanks for listening. And remember, I am just a person sharing my randomness. If you find that there is a need for further research or discussion on something, please reach out to a professional. I can be found on most social media and podcast platforms as the randomness of E. So be sure to like, follow, and subscribe so you can keep up with all my random thoughts. Comments, questions, and suggestions are always welcome. Just post it on one of my pages. Looking forward to this new journey. Also, feel free to listen to previous episodes of E Says, P Says. Unfortunately, as I stated before, we're currently on hiatus for a bit while the Mister is convalescing. You can also check out 8 Hours Later with the Stream Queen, and the Hunters are here, sharing inspirational stories about my maternal family. Rest assured, E Says, P Says will be returning momentarily with more episodes because we still have so much more to share. You can also check out our Etsy store, Ease Teas, and pick up a copy of Paul's book on Amazon, Vignettes from a South Central Sun Part 1, or fill my cup at buymeacoffee.com/Mock Media Group. And if that's too much, just head to our website, mockmediagroup.com.